Hey, how are you? How you doing? I hope you're doing really well today. It's me, Samuel, and this is the second video of the series of videos that I just decided to call them How to Grasp Clay. And the reason why I just say how to grasp was because a prospect once told me that it was really hard to grasp what we can do inside of clay. Okay, so I'm doing these kind of videos just to show people who watch me and who want to implement clay what they can do inside of it, and one of the best things to do, and also some use cases. And in today's video I'll show you one of them. Okay, so I hope you're doing really well today. Like we say here, or basically if you speak Spanish, espero que estés muy bien. And yeah, let's go straight into it. Okay, so in today's video I'll show you how to reach out to your best leads. Okay, or how to reach out your best leads here using clay. So when we want to reach out to our best leads, I think that probably one of the most important questions to ask is, who are your best leads, right? And primarily it would be the ones who get the most value out of your product service. Okay, so those are the ones who benefits the most. Okay, and of course there are a lot of meanings or a lot of answers to answer this question, but primarily when we are solving problems, probably the ones we want to solve problems who for people who have the most painful problem, and those are the ones who can benefit the most out of the thing that we have to sell, that we have to provide. Okay, so when we have like that definition in mind, okay, and the question that we can arise is like, how do we know the ones who benefits the most, right? And this can be done through research. It can be done through your prospect sales calls, interviews, basically the before and after, the process that they went through on when they were clients, or when they began using your service, and after, like, what was like the situation, what changed, right? And now we can understand basically what was the situation for all those prospects who got the most value out of your service, right? And based on all those things, right, we can build our outreach based on a set of qualification that, as the name says, qualifies your list to determine how relevant they can be for you. Okay, and when it comes to the criteria, okay, we probably we can say the good old days, but I just want to question that and say that if you are sure if those were like the good old days. Okay, because what happened was that, okay, we have like a persona, we have a company, we have an account, we know that this kind of specific prospect could benefit the most out of our service. Okay, and how we can get set like those criteria. So let's say that they were in a specific location, industry, company size. You were talking with the specific job title, right? The company revenue, which is something that is kind of like messy sometimes, and the headcount growth by department, something like things like that. So when I say this is because with the traditional databases for accounting personas, we can have and we can get data like that. Okay, like the location, the industry. We can filter down to specific keywords, company size, job titles, company revenue. Okay, I don't know if that's accurate, but who knows? Well, you can do that inside of those databases. Headcount growth by department and more. Of course, technologies. But the truth is that this is still not enough, and sometimes this is not even accurate data. Sure. So let's say that, and just to give you an example, let's say to that our best leads, let's say that you and me, we have like a company, right? And our best leads are those, and after doing some research, after understanding the market, after getting the feeling of the market and problems that we were solving and all those things, we come to the conclusion that our best leads are those who are founders with a tech background of Series A SaaS companies that recently got founded. And how are you supposed to know that, right? with all the filters that we have, like in Apollo or some info. That's something hard to do, right? And even though we know if the SaaS company just recently get founded through Crunchbase and all those kind of databases, right? We don't know if the founder had a tech background, and the only way to know that is through research. Okay, so let's say, for example, that if you want to try to play with the conventional databases filters, right, to get that kind of data, you won't even get even close to the real data that you really want. Okay, and let's not make that even like complicated. Let's say that we are not looking for founders only, right? Or let's say that our target market is just only SaaS companies. And the thing is that if, for example, we want to come up with a list, we want to build a list, okay, through all those searches to reach out, remember, our best leads. If we use Apollo as an example, you will try to filter like this. And I just give you like an example, okay? So just to make it something really simple, we want to target SaaS companies. Nothing like that much complicated. Just instead of looking for founders who had a tech background. Okay, so we have the industry just to limit the search, SaaS, and we include a lot of keywords that are related to SaaS, right? And we got a list of companies, sure. And the thing is that after just by looking, the first result that we can see here, all the companies, there are some of them that really don't match the SaaS company criteria. And just to give you an example, Connect Tech Talent, right, is not actually a SaaS, but it's a staffing and recruiting agency, sure. Or Software Professional Inc., which is a IT and custom software development firm, is not actually a SaaS company. Or Aporto, which is a virtual desktop company. It's not a SaaS company. So if we want to get an idea that we can get a list with really good keywords and we can clean the data just by using the filters, we probably would be in a wrong place, because still we won't get some companies that didn't match our criteria, and that makes the things even harder, right? Okay, and this is where Clay comes in. Okay, so just to give you a quick example, this is what Clay can be used for, okay, to reach out your best leads, is that we can map the time using databases such as Apollo, alright, just a really simple way to do this, and use Clay to qualify the companies that actually are in the market in the market that you're targeting, right? And just to give you an example, this is something that I did to get SaaS companies based out of the list that Apollo could give me, right? And this is where really interesting, because I really did a lot of things, such as determining if this company was actually a B2B, right? Also, when it says cannot determine, is because the company domain is not working, right? And to be really honest, I really don't want to work with companies that don't have their website working, okay? Then I run a SaaS likelihood rating using some AI prompt, just so I can use AI agents to go through every single website, and based on my own criteria, my own qualifications, to rate me on a scale of 1 to 10 how likely is this a company, is this a SaaS company, right? And as you can see here, even though we were trying to get a really clean list using Apollo, right? We were getting results such as a 1, right, which is not a SaaS company in any means, and also a 7-1, but it still is not a really good SaaS rating. So it's just for me and for my peace of mind, I only decided to target to companies that were over 8 plus. Okay, so that's the power of Clay. That's what you can do. You can score, you can qualify to reach out your best leads, and not only, and that's like a misconception. Okay, you're saying that the Clay data is accurate. No, I'm not saying that. No. What I'm just doing here is that I'm just using Clay to qualify those accounts that you may have from the beginning, and instead of just like getting all those leads all those accounts, finding people inside of them, and put them into a email sequencing tool. What you can do is to really build your own data and determine how clean is first, and the second thing is based on some specific criteria that you may own, that you may want to know, you can understand specifically if a company can be a really good fit for you. Okay, so just to give you these things, and that's as I was just only saying, and that's only a little part of this. Okay, with Clay you can build your bespoke data and get the data that not everyone has. Okay, not everyone can just filter something through a poll or some info. But when it comes to the real essence of your company, how you solve problems, and how you know you can solve them based on the situation of others, right? Everything is way better, more relevant, and you run go-to-market motions that really touches the real point. Okay, and what are the benefits? So just to mention a few, when we got these whole things inside of Clay and we determine some set of criteria that can determine if a company can be a really good fit for you, you stop doing irrelevant outreach. Okay, so if you're worried about doing outbound and get your brand damaged, don't worry. Here you can reach out. Here you're reaching out leads that will actually benefit from what your product has to offer. Okay, not only that, but your team only reach out to qualified leads, so your team won't be contacting relevant leads that have nothing to do with you and everything to do with marking you as a spam. Okay, and the other thing is that you provide value from the first touch point, and this is something that I'm going to dive deeper in following videos. Okay, because this is the second one and this is going to be a series of videos, right? But your outreach can provide value from the first message when you understand your prospect situations and you wrap your message around it. Okay, you provide value at scale just from your outreach, just from the get-go, by researching and building the data that you want for your own company, your own situation, your own problems, and the problem that you solve. The problems that your prospects have and the problems that you solve. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. 13 minutes. I'm trying to make this thing way shorter, but I just want to provide the best value every single time. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, that's it. If you want to know and if you want to get all your team scored, qualified, and really want to know who are the best leads that you want to reach out based on their situation, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to help you to do that. Okay, bye, take care, ciao.